Good morning and welcome to our weekly App State football press conference with head coach Sean Clark. The Mountaineers host Southern Miss for homecoming this Saturday at 3:30. Coach Clark will give us an opening statement and then we'll take questions from the media.
All right, we look forward to getting back on the field at home in front of our fans versus Southern Miss this weekend. Our players were hurting after another close loss at Old Dominion. We put that to bed yesterday, and our players are 100% committed and preparing for Southern Miss this weekend. We have a tight-knit group in the locker room. We're committed to getting better, both as all as coaches, staff, and players, and we're doing everything we can to be successful on Saturday.
David Ware, 24/7 Sports. Sean, where do you feel like this team is right now, and if you'll address it kind of both on the field and off?
Well, we're not satisfied where we are, for sure. That's not our expectations here, but, you know, in our team meeting yesterday, our players were locked in and want to get this thing, get it improved. And we've lost 4 close games from under 1 possession, and we have to find a way to win those games. I know we have the right people in this building, the right people on the team right now to give us a chance to win on Saturday.
Looking back, last 2 games, you guys have had 10 possessions in each game, which, you know, I might expect that to be up around 12 or 13. When you've got so few possessions and then you've got a few series where, you know, something happens, a self-inflicted error that kind of kills those opportunities, what's the coaching process that you guys go through with the offensive unit to try to clean those things up? Everybody wants to play it as well as they can, but, you know, some of those mistakes are really hurting you, especially when you've only got the ball 10 times.
Yeah, it's the margin for error is 0 right now for us, and we have to make sure that we do get more possessions. You'd like to be 12 to 13 possessions per game, and again, but when the offense has the football, we have to be able to execute, and that's what it comes down to. We have a few self-inflicted plays there that we wish we had back, but we don't. And then we have to do a better job on defense of getting off the field on 3rd down. That's what it really comes down to. And our coaches are working their tails off right now to get that fixed, and we will. Again, I mentioned this earlier. We have the right kids on our team right now that care about Appalachian State and care about winning. And we have to get that fixed, and we're going to get that done.
You've never been worried about using a 4th down to go after an opportunity in the right situation. You're 4 for 4 on Saturday. You scored 3 of your touchdowns there. You know, as you think about that balance between successfully using a 4th down and having that confidence, but also, hey, I'd like to get it done on an earlier down if possible. You know, how do you approach that with the team?
Well, we definitely want to get it done on the 3rd down, we didn't. But you look at the situations we were in. It's 4th and 1 on the goal line. And if we don't get that, then they're backed up and have to go 99 yards to score a touchdown. And those odds are stacked against you going the length of the field to do that. But, again, the situations that arose on Saturday that we felt that gave our team the best chance to win. And that's not something we just talk about. We practice that throughout the week and throughout fall camp, that our players know in certain situations that we're going to go for it on 4th down and give ourselves a chance to win. And I have confidence in our defense. If we don't get it, then they'll hold them and get the ball back to the offense. So we'll continue to use that strategy. It's paid off for us in the long run. But again, our players know what we're doing on 4th down.
As you guys have had a chance to start studying Southern Miss, what do you see in there? Obviously, they come in a little bit of a rough stretch they've had, but there's nobody in this conference you can take for granted anymore.
No, it's again, I have a lot of respect for Will Hall and his program, the way he does things at Southern Miss. And you look at the tape, you don't see a 1-5 football team. Again, he's got playmakers on offense. He has one of the best running backs in our conference in Gore. And again, they've had some injuries on defense. And those guys have got more valuable playing time over there. They're playing better on defense. But again, really, it's about us. And to make sure that we put our best foot forward this week, have the best version of ourselves at practice to give us a chance to win on Saturday.
Coach David Jackson here. Winning sometimes hides things, losing sometimes magnifies things. How are you taking steps from your position as the leader of the program to make sure that you're dealing with your coaches to be able to get them to the point where they can shake off what have been some difficult games here, to be able to deliver the proper message to student athletes who I'm sure are feeling a lot of the same pain right now?
Yeah, it's not where we want to be. And as the head coach, you got to make sure everyone's on the same page and pulling the rope in the right direction. Yesterday in our team meeting, we showed a graphic of a guy digging for diamonds, and he's about an inch or two to get him through, and he turns back around. And I told our team that's not who we are right now. We have to keep digging, keep putting our best foot forward, and to give us ourselves a chance to win the football game. But I know that our players want to do everything they can to win. It's important to everyone involved in this program. It's important to the fan base that we win football games. We understand that, but there's no one that hurts more than people in this building. And our players came in with a great attitude yesterday. They came ready to work to get ready for this week for Southern Miss.
Is it somewhat, and easier is not the right word, but does it give you a different opportunity when games are with margins like this, where it's a play here or there that dictates a win or a loss, versus getting boat raced every week? Right. Is it an easier message to sell that we're right there versus the outcomes that might be decided a little bit differently?
Well, if you look on tape, and those 4 losses came down to 1-possession games, and if you do things just a little bit better, it probably doesn't get to that point. But again, we played very good opponents in those games, and the margin of error is 0. And right now we're improving as a football team. It doesn't show right now, but you look at Joey. He was 11 of 14 in the first half, I believe, and a 70% completion rate. Our defensive line played the best they played all year. I thought we took away some things in the secondary versus Old Dominion. They were throwing 20-plus shots down the field and connecting them 4 or 5 per game. We limited the big plays in the pass game. I thought we did okay. We had to fit better on defense and rally to the football. But again, our players, it's about the players, and they have the right attitude. They want to be successful, and that's what you want to see. If kids were not playing their hardest, not giving their best performance to you, then it'd be different. But I like our team, and I know good things are ahead for us the rest of the season.
Chris Womack, WLOS. Is there a commonality in these tight games where you've ended up on the wrong side of that razor-thin margin? Is there something that is consistent with each one of those?
Yeah, I mean, there are. But again, on offense, you have to be able to score touchdowns and more touchdowns than field goals. We have to eliminate the turnovers, eliminate some self-inflicted wounds. But that's football. Sometimes the ball bounces your way, sometimes it don't. But we have to make our own opportunities, and that was the message to our team yesterday. And they know that, we know that, and we will get it fixed.
Part of having a passionate fan base is it's a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with the criticism and the heat, and then how do you help the student athletes deal with stuff they may see on social media, et cetera? Well,
I love that we have a passionate fan base. Again, this time during the season, you don't have much time to look at the outside noise with social media, and our players, we spoke yesterday about staying away from that. It's a negative side of the world right there. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's great. But the best thing is those fans are showing up and supporting us every single Saturday, and we need that more than ever Saturday homecoming versus Southern Miss. So don't really look much into it. I know it's out there, but again, I'd much rather have it that way than a fan base that doesn't care. Our fan base cares. They give us great support. They are the determining factor in some games. I don't think it'll be any different this week for Southern Miss.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about a couple of young guys that have emerged a little bit. Nate doesn't go on Saturday, and Kanye gets 26 carries. What have you seen out of him to jump in that workload, and how he's handled kind of a bigger role?
We have a lot of confidence in him. I mean, you look at Kanye, how he's went about his business. He's in a good place right now. He has all A's in the classroom. He's always doing extra film study, and that's what you want. And we knew when his time came to be the guy or be a starter that he would perform at a high level, and he did. I mean, some of those looks that he had to there was always going to be a free guy versus Old Dominion, how they play their defensive structure. And it was one-on-one tackles, and I think he did well. I think he'll keep improving and making us a better team the way he runs the football. I'm really more impressed with how he does in the pass protection. He's improved in that phase of the game. And again, that running back room is, we have 4 great running backs back there, and we hope to get Anderson Castle back soon to give us another. But he'll keep improving, and we're happy he's on our football team.
Will you just evaluate Nate through this week to kind of see where he's at?
Talking about
Sorry, will you just evaluate Nate and his progress?
Nate
this
Noel?
week? Yes.
Yeah, it's Nate tried to go. He did everything he could to play on Saturday. He was in the training room Friday night, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, all up to game time. He dressed. He wanted to go, but felt his ankle wasn't in the that wasn't 100%, or wasn't even close to 100%. So we came back. We evaluated him again yesterday. He is improving. We expect him to be in practice on Tuesday, and to play on Saturday.
I guess I do have another question about another Nate, just Nate Johnson's ability. What are some of the skills and the things that he does well that has enabled him to get to the quarterback so effectively?
Well, first of all, he's a great football player, and he's not as big as we want him right now. He's 6'5", 190 some pounds, but he has length to him. He has great get off. He has a great football mind. But once he really gets in, has another year, he's going to be even better. But again, we're glad he's on our football team. He brings us different dimension, having that length, playing the dog position or outside backer to the field, and also he's very smart. We can put him to and coverage as well. So very happy Nate's on our football team. He'll keep improving. He's going to be a great player here at App State.
Last one for me, Santana Hopper is a guy who moved from in to inside and had his most productive game of just how he's handled that transition and what he's been able to do on the inside to create some havoc in the middle of the line.
I think, first of all, I think Coach Cabral's done a great job with him, getting to know him, what pushes his buttons, what don't. And you look back at he's a perfect example. He played 16 snaps last year as a true freshman, and now he's already, I think, 153, 154 snaps, and he's learning every week. He's learning about his keys. He's learning how to use his hands. He's learning how to take on double teams, and again, that's another group that's improving, the whole defensive front. So there's a lot of great football ahead of Santana. He'll keep improving and keep giving us a chance to win on Saturdays.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.